Ladies and gentlemen, your sweet Zionist white colonizer Prince Tall the Traveling Clack coming to you live from an undisclosed location. We're taking a look at a clip from one of these Free Palestine buddies.
So, an important aspect of this conflict is the Iranian nuclear program, which is obviously very concerning. You know, like you said, their mission comes from God. So I think they would be more than willing to use nuclear weapons because their mission comes from God. They wouldn't really subject themselves to deterrence, for example. So if Iran were to go nuclear, which it seems they're very close to achieving, how would that impact the dynamic of the region?
Well, 5 million people dead. They could destroy the state of Israel completely. There are 9 million people in Israel, and they could be wiped out like that. And then the implications of that would be massive. Obviously, it would be expected that there would be a nuclear response. And this is, of course, the nightmare that people have, and we can hope that it doesn't come to that, because everything goes out of control after that. Where are you going to go from there, you know? But the Islamic Republic, this is one of the reasons why the Islamic Republic is so dangerous. Because, see, I mentioned before that they're 12er Shiites. Do you know what a 12er Shiite is? You do. But anyway, 12er Shiites, this is the idea. The Sunni Shiite split was over who gets to be in charge after Muhammad. And the Shiites insisted that one of Muhammad's followers, whose name was Ali ibn Abi Talib, was chosen by Muhammad to be his successor. And the Sunnis, for a variety of reasons, Sunnis don't believe that. Right, the Sunnis don't believe that. They say that he didn't choose a successor, and it's up to the community to choose the best man to be his successor, the caliph. There's no caliph at all now, but anyway, this is the reason for the split. So the Shiites believe that there were a series of people they call imams. Now, an imam in Sunni Islam is like your local pastor or parish priest or the local rabbi or whatever. But in Shiite Islam, the imam is like the pope. He's the head of the community, of the spiritual community, as well as the military and political community, and he's the successor of Muhammad, but he's also a relative of Muhammad and of Ali, because Ali was Muhammad's son-in-law. He married Muhammad's daughter. So there were 12 imams after Ali, or 11. And the Sunnis kept killing them because there were always more Sunnis. The Sunnis right now are about 85% of Muslims around the world. And because Islam is the way it is, the Sunnis are always killing Shia. And the Shia kill Sunnis too when they get the chance, but there are fewer of them, so it's tougher. So the Sunnis kept killing off the Shiite imam. The last imam was a 5-year-old boy in the year 874. He disappeared. The Shiites say he went into occultation, into hiding. He's still alive. He's 1,200 years old now, but he's still alive. And he's going to come back at a time when the Muslims are persecuted more ferociously than they've ever been in history. Now, probably he was just killed by the Sunnis. But that's the Shiite story. He is the 12th imam, and the 12th imam in Shiite mythology is going to come back at the end of the world when the Muslims are being persecuted, that is the Shiites, and he's going to fight everybody and kill off everybody who doesn't convert to Islam, and then the world will be all Islamic, Shiite Islamic,
And peace.
peaceful.
And peaceful.
All right? So, the 12th imam is going to come back when the Muslims are more persecuted than they've ever been before. There was a president of Iran a few years back, Rafsanjani, who said that we could nuke Israel and Israel would be destroyed. And if they nuked Iran, we could lose 10 or 15 million people. We can sustain that. And he didn't mind the idea of losing 10 or 15 million people in a nuclear strike, because that would be the persecution that would bring the 12th imam back. And another president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, he actually paved a highway to the place where the 12th imam is supposed to come back. And so that 12th imam could immediately get on the road and go to Tehran and start the killing. He takes us, in other words, very seriously. And so this is a doomsday kind of theology that could envision the deaths of millions of people. So we can only hope that the Islamic Republic will be stopped before they provoke that. But they could trigger nuclear holocaust in the world because they want that 12th Imam to come back. And that's how to do it.
I find it so funny that Muslims get to absolve themselves of all religious fantasy by just saying like, oh, look, the Jews are trying to build the third temple. Or they're building under the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Or they're carving out archaeological history under Jerusalem. But like when they build a road for some supposed imam that's supposed to come back and murder everybody, that's fine. But if the Jews want to raise some red cows in Israel in preparation for a potential spiritual third temple with no plans of constructing anything, that's seen as like religious heresy. It's seen as like a religious extremism. These are all settlers who are trying to bring on the third temple and destroy the Palestinian society. It's literally laughable. If you buy into Arab Islamic supremacy, you are part of the problem, my friends. And that's literally all I have to say about this video. Those are my thoughts. I love you guys a long time. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, class. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.